Hey guys, it's Costa Kapohanasis with Costa 10-minute oil change. I'm going to do a quick video on the importance of clean motor oil in lieu of the resurgence of doing the Filter Friday videos and talking about the different oil filters. I wanted to make sure I got a video that talks about the importance of clean motor oil. Clean motor oil is essential to having your car run at its best capacity. Now, not many of us drive like Mario Andretti, and not many of us, push our cars to the limit, but that doesn't mean it's not important to have clean motor oil. It's super important because if the oil is not filtered for a long period of time, it will become saturated with tiny particles that can be dangerous to the internal parts of your engine. The dirty oil will wear the pumps and the machine components, and the damage to the bearings will leave little metal shavings that can cause irreversible damage to your engine. Now, as someone who owns 9 quick lube businesses, 9 locations, we service hundreds of thousands of vehicles, and we need to make sure that 100% of the time we are getting it right. 100% of the time we are making sure that we are putting in the appropriate oil, putting on the appropriate oil filter, and making sure the products we use are up to the standard that we want for our customers, so that their car will last as long as they want it to last. People are driving their cars longer, they're taking care of them better, the products are getting better, the standards are getting better, and that's one of the reasons why it's important to keep that clean motor oil. The way that oil filters work is that the outside, and if you want like an in-depth anatomy of an oil filter, I have a video, a link in the description, Oil Filter 101, the anatomy of an oil filter. The outside of the oil filter is a metal can with a gasket on the bottom that allows the filter to be tightly held to the engine matting surface. The base plate of the oil can, the housing, it holds the gasket, and it's perforated with holes around the area. Now, in the Filter Friday videos, we'll talk about the differences between the different brands and manufacturers, how many have what kind of holes, what shape the holes are, what the base plate is made out of, the different materials. But for the purpose of this video, just want to talk about why it's important. Now, inside the gasket, there's a central hole that's threaded a certain spec, which will be threaded to the OEM spec. The OEM just means original equipment manufacturer. Now, that oil filter opening that is threaded will keep the filter assembled to the engine block. Inside the can is the filter material, most of the time they can be paper-based filtration systems, or they can be synthetic fiber-based. It really depends on what you're trying to achieve with your oil filter, or what the manufacturer is trying to achieve with that particular oil filter. It can be anywhere from mass-produced economy to a full synthetic oil filter that's meant to be used with some of the longer lasting oils, AMSOIL, Mobil 1, 10,000 mile type oils. Now, the engine oil pump moves the oil directly into the filter, where it enters from that hole in the bottom, the threaded hole at the engine block, and it goes to the perimeter of the base plate. The dirty oil passes through the media, which is the part of what we think of when we think of an oil filter, and then through that it passes through the filter and back through the hole where it re-enters the engine, so on and so forth, cycling through the engine and until the filter loses its filtrating powers. Now, part of the reason I'm doing Filter Friday is to break open these cans, cut them open, and take a look at the filters to see if they are still doing their job, if they're still perforated, if the media is still intact, to see if the pressure is starting to break down the filtration, and to see if there's any particles getting into the oil filter. So that's the importance. That's the main importance for why keeping your oil clean. If you guys like the videos that I'm putting out on entrepreneurship, my oil change business, or any of the videos I'm putting out, feel free to subscribe and make sure you hit that bell.